Well, guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm scrambling. I'm leaving for Hershey, Pennsylvania, less than 24 hours. Here's the boogeyman. Taking this. It's broke down. It's got a wheel cylinder leaking, or left rear wheel cylinder leaking. And that's antifreeze. My Champion radiator is leaking at the bottom of the core. Not to fear, I bought another one. Actually, it's on sale. Nice welded unit here. It's got where the core goes in the bottom of the tank. The one in the van, after 20,000 miles, it's developed some kind of pinhole, or maybe it just it weeps antifreeze, and I don't want it to let go halfway to Hershey. So I bought a new radiator. I got to paint it black on the front, because that's what we do. We don't put aluminum radiators in old cars without painting the front black. That's the first rule. So I got to do that, get it in the van. Today's Saturday, it's like 11 o'clock. We're leaving it Sunday on 10 in the morning, so 23 hours ago. My other thing I'm concerned about, which I remembered last year, I run these super wide 275 60/15 tires on 7-inch wide rims. Look at the sidewall bulge. It makes the tires wear a little bit in the center more than the edges, but if I put weight in this on the way back from Hershey, I was really nervous last year about you're putting a lot of force on these beads to hang on here. Like, you see how much that's bulged out, like 2 inches. So I wanted to get a set of like 235 75/15 truck tires and put on the back for Hershey. Of course, I waited till like the day before because I had to work like 12 hours a day this whole week, 14 hours yesterday. So I didn't have time to do anything. So I remembered I found a set of wheels at a swap meet. These are like Wheel of Antiques or something. 15 by 7. They're dual bolt pattern. They're 5-on-5 and 5-on-5.5. So they'll work on the Ford van bolt pattern. Somebody painted them lime green, but they didn't prime them. They just painted right over the bare steel. So now the paint is literally chipping them off everywhere. Here like that on the bead. So I'm just going to scuff them real fast. Look at that. It's nasty. I'm just going to scuff them real fast and flat black them, and flat black the inside where the tire goes. Then I'm going to break my rule and go to Walmart, and they've got a set of, what do you call them, Goodyear Wranglers. They're like $105 a piece. I'm going to throw a set of Goodyear Wrangler 235 75/15s on the back of this on some steel wheels, just so I can get a narrow, tall tire that can carry the weight. That way I don't have to worry about my sidewalls. I was real nervous running on the way back. The fronts are okay. These are new tires this year anyways. These are, I think, 255s, so they're narrower. They've got some bulge, but they're not bad. This one might be a little low, actually. I have to check our tire pressure. But we got a little bit of sidewall bulge, but not real bad. I'm not worried about the front. They're significantly narrower than the rears. The rears are bulged right out, and all the weight will be in the back. So I want to go get them. So I've got a hustle here. I'm trying to get this thing ready to go. I haven't even picked what I want to take to Hershey yet, because that's what you do. You don't do it till like the last second. So I'm gonna scuff these real fast, hit them with black. We'll get the van over here, start working on that. I'll go get some tires. Man, out of control today. Okay, got my radiator out. I've taped, this is the top tank. I've taped it off under the hood. But on the front side here, I'm just going to flat black the whole thing. I scuffed it with Scotch-Brite real fast, and then I wiped it down with wax and grease cleaner. So I'm just going to flat black right over the aluminum. It's sacrilege. It's such a nice radiator. Guess what? Never ever put an aluminum radiator unpainted in your old car. They look horrible. I don't care what anybody says. Old cars should be black behind the grill. No shiny aluminum crap in there. If you want to build some kind of high dollar whatever, the head aluminum radiator, it's fine. But anything old like my van, nope, paint it black. So we're just gonna give this guy a couple coats of flat black here real fast. And it doesn't hurt the cooling. Every single copper and brass radiator ever made was painted because mostly corrosion resistance. The only reason they don't paint aluminum radiators is they don't corrode as easily as copper and brass radiators. That's the only reason they're not painted. They save the money on the paint. So it's not going to hurt the cooling. It's not going to hurt anything. You paint it black, it looks a million times better. and it doesn't look like you have put modern parts on your old rig. This is a pro tip. Take it from me, I've been doing this a long time. I've been running these things painted for years, probably 20 years. Never had a problem. They work just fine. This van runs super cool. It's run this exact same radiator painted for 20,000 miles. Never had a problem. The only reason I'm changing it, like I said, is it's the one in the van's got a tiny pinhole at the one of the bottom of the cores has probably vibrated and wasn't welded all the way, and it cracked or something. It just weeps into the bottom of the tank. But before it lets go on my big trip, $260 later, I got a new radiator. Now these Champion radiators, I've had good luck with them. They have a lifetime or limited lifetime warranty, so the one I take out, I might be able to take and send it back and have them fix it. But for the cost of the shipping and stuff, I might just either try to fix it myself or have my buddy try to TIG weld it if I can find a leak. Or honestly, it works good for radiator. If I just need a radiator to run something and I don't really care about a pinhole just for temporary, I could use it for that too. But it's going to get this new guy installed right now. You're going to see it live and in person here at the Quick Speed Shop. After the black paint dries, we'll go ahead and I'm going to do the brake repair first. I'll fix the rear wheel cylinder. We'll get that guy done, and then it's pretty easy to change the radiator in this van. We'll pop the old guy out and slam this guy home. But look at that. You'll never know it's aluminum radiator from the front. And it'll cool like a mofo. This thing always runs awesome. Looks good. Works good. Bam. Pro tip right there for you. Okay, got the wheel cylinder changed. Not a big deal. It was a little struggle to get it off there, but I threw some flat black paint on it. Here's the one that was in it, the original one, or I don't know if it's original, but the one that was in it. This side, the back of it, actually it's the back of it was leaking. You see all that rust in there? That's from it leaking by. The front one was still shiny, so the rear one was leaking a little bit. It'd sit there and leak. So that's junk. The only thing I hadn't changed on this van, I rebuilt it, was the rear brakes, because they're like brand new, and both wheel cylinders now have leaked. So I've got new wheel cylinders on both sides now. This thing is so rust-free under here. The original brake lines, I was able to get them apart there. It's probably hard to see, but be able to get that apart and change it, no problem. So I'm going to slap the drum back on, and then we will be go back to Walmart. I dropped the wheels off and pick them up with some new Goodyear Wranglers. Throw some Goodyear Wrangler 235 75 15s on the back on the black rims, and then we'll have some regular size tires that aren't overstressed on them rims. Oh, actually, when I had these off the van, Cooper Cabras, I've had this problem with the front ones, and I changed them. The rear is doing the same thing. This is the driver's side. You see the oil on the tire. It would sit there and leak. But this is the passenger side rear tire. They dry rot right along the bead. I had the front tires do the same thing, and I replaced them before the power tour this year. But these tires are, I want to say, like 5 or 6 years old. They dry rot like on the inside there. They did the same thing on the inside on the front tires. Like I said, the outside doesn't do it, but the inside does. And maybe it's not a big deal, but like I said, I didn't want to stress these things out with weight. These are too wide for these rims, but they look cool when they're on there. But too wide, it actually makes the tire balloon out a little bit. You can see the center of the tread is wore down more than the outside of the tread. I mean, it's pretty even, but the center is definitely wearing a little bit longer because it balloons them. Maybe I'll run different rims later with these wide tires. Maybe, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll probably get one more season out of these guys with that dry rot and the amount that they're wearing in the center. They'll be down to the wear bars. Do they got one more power tour in them? I don't know. Maybe. But we'll put these away for winter. I'll put them down in the barn for winter on the van here, and we'll run I'll just leave it with the new Goodyear tires on the back for now. But when Jack gets here, I'll bleed the brakes. I'll go get the wheels, and then we'll set it down and turn it around and do the radiator, which is now dry over here. Get that guy in, and then I got to get this thing packed and loaded and ready. It's 3 o'clock now. I've been into it for 4 hours, but I lost an hour running to town to the Walmart. So they should be done soon with them tires, and I'll go get them, and we'll be on our way to awesomeness. All right, bam, I'm back from Walmart with my Goodyear Wranglers. Check them out. Boom! We've got the total like creeper going to the swap meet, mix match wheel, mix match tire size van here. But we got the Goodyear Wranglers, white letter in on those rims, which are spray painted black, and then they got their tire goo all over them, so now they're all stained. This one took a crap ton of weight to balance it out, 2.75 and a 5. Or a 2.75 and a 0.5. I just rattle can the weights black so they won't show. So I put the most weight on this side, and the other side's not bad. But these are made in America, Goodyear Wranglers. Got, you know, obviously good tread, but this I feel a lot better. These rims are 15x7. Having this is the right size tire for these rims. You can see the sidewall barely sticks out. These are C rated, I believe. Yeah, standard load, but they'll take everything that's going to go in this van, but they're not overstressed on the sidewall at all. And actually, they'll probably make the speedometer read correctly because it read a little slow with the, or a little fast with the big tires, or the smaller tires, I mean. They read fast. But this side, it just took a little bit of weight. Same thing, we got them up on there. Just flat black them suckers. I think I paid like 30, 40, 50 bucks for the pair at a swap meet. Might even been less than that because somebody didn't want to take them home, but I knew they were the right bolt pattern. And you can never have too many rims, so now we've got our swap meet wheels. I don't need to be worried at all about blowing a rear tire now, which I was a little concerned about. Especially last year, I think I brought back a ton of weight. I can't remember what I brought back last year, but for whatever reason, I was really concerned about it on the ride home. And I remember that. I'm like, I'm going to get some other rims and a set of tires. I have 2 more of these Ram Charger wheels I could have mounted the tires up on, but they're scaly and stuff, and I got the best set of 4 on the van, and I couldn't remember, you know, if they needed work and stuff, and I just went digging around and I had these steel wheels. I'm like, you know what, just throw them on the steel wheels. It doesn't matter. We're not going for looks, we're going for functionality here. And these could also double like as a snow tire if, God forbid, all my, like that truck and the Dodge, if I had to get around for whatever reason in the winter and everything was down, I would have a set of tires. Not that I would ever want to drive this van in the winter because it pretty much survived 30 plus years of not driven in the winter, so I don't want to wreck it. But we ain't going to get stuck, and we got plenty of load capability. So I'm going to spin the sucker around, pull the radiator out, and we'll swap that. I've been, in the meantime, waiting. My buddy Jack was here. We bled the brakes. We're all good there. I've been bringing trinkets up. This is a lot of stuff I got from the video. If you watch the Worthington Tractor Rescue, a lot of the stuff came from there. And even, check these out, official Soapbox Derby tires. These are from back in the day, official wheels, probably in the 50s, Soapbox Derby wheels. I bet those have some value, so those are going. Miscellaneous smalls, lights and stuff. I got to get some other trinkets together. But we are one step away from having the van ready for action. Now we got a rubber rake and a wheel rake, and it's glorious. All right, it's a couple hours later. I got the radiator changed here. I didn't really film it because I'm hustling here trying to get this, what do you call it? Trying to get this changed over. And we're running out of daylight. We've run out of daylight. And I think we're ready to fill her back up. So here we go. Hopefully it's all right. Gonna reuse the same antifreeze because it's not that old. I had to change over the oh, it's splashing. Shoot. Oh, I had to change over the transmission lines and everything, which there's like a fitting in the radiator, some brass fittings which I swapped over to the new radiator, and they use 5/16 brake line is what my training lines are made out of. I'm just going to check underneath for leaks real fast. Any leaks, so we're going to continue to fill. This thing allows the thermostat to open and you can run it because we've drain the engine out. I'm going to have to start it and let it run and get the air bubble out, but you can fill this guy up and it'll take, just hold the coolant, and then when the thermostat opens, it'll allow it to suck in. All right, that's it. It might have been a little bit low because it was leaking a little bit, but it took it all. Let's see if I get a little more antifreeze to bump some in there. Well, the tank is 3/4 full. Let's fire it up here and let it run and percolate for a minute. Well, I'm gonna let it run and burp out, but we changed her successfully. It's changed out the radiator. I just got to go ahead and put the airbox back on and start loading this thing up with parts, because now we're in the dark. It's after 7 o'clock and running out of time, but we got new brakes and we got new radiator, so I think we're good to go here. Oh, and new tires. Everything's new, everything's good. Well, I'm packing here. It's getting late. I got to shut this video down because I got to make it and get out for you guys while I'm at Hershey. It's going to come out on Wednesday. But I'm not taking a whole bunch. A lot of this stuff is from that, like I said, the, what do you call it, the video where I went and got the Worthington tractors. I got a Buick dual quad manifold I'd like to sell off in Hauser and some other stuff, but not taking a whole lot in here. Some trinkets and stuff, but a couple of big dollar items that I didn't take. I'd like to get $400 out of it, and I got a matching set of valve covers to go with it. Maybe like, you know, like $550 for the pair, for the whole setup. I don't know. We'll see. But got a couple of tables. Got my cam in there, my pop-up canvas tent in there. The wagon goes on the back tomorrow with this action here. Ted's coming out. He's coming with me. We're going to throw his junk in here. He's not selling anything, but he's bringing his tent and his clothes, and going to put my clothes in here. But I think I'm going to shut it down for now and go in and do this video for you guys. And we're not leaving until 10 tomorrow, so that'll give me a couple hours to final pack and get everything all situated. But the old van should be ready to go now. New tires, new radiator, new, what was the other thing? Wheel cylinder. So we got brakes, cooling, rubber. That's all you need. We're on the road to Hershey. We'll see you then. Oh, I've got to put the sticker on the windshield. I'm going to do that right now before I forget. So we'll see you. Next video after this will be Hershey coverage. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully I make out all right. And the weather looks great all week, so hopefully we can find some stuff to buy and sell. Until then, we'll see you next time here. Bam, getting ready to hopefully score big at the Hershey Swap Meet.